All right. Just doing a shorter stream. I'm not feeling super duper at 100%, so I figure we'd put off Poison Team for a little bit. And we would just do raids, and I figured we'd do raids using normal types. Oh, there's this Snorlax. Oh, wait. Um, Definitely want Double as an option. And then we'll put Snorlax over here so we see him. So yeah, my name's Rodrigo. This is twitch.tv/LPikachon. Normally at this time, we would be doing our all poison types run, but because we're kind of at a story heavy moment, and I don't know how long this stream is going to be, I figured we would skip it for today, do something else, and we'll come back to it next week. Okay. This, of course, assuming, as usual, that we can get into raids, because I've said it before, but Pokemon Sword and Shield's web interface or whatever is terrible. I suppose for the sake of the show, I could actually just do my own raids. Then I would for sure get into lots of raids. So, okay. Yeah, I'm, we're not doing Poison Team today because I'm not feeling super great. This might be a short stream. So we're going to do raids instead. And we're going to do specifically raids with normal types. So that's why my character is wearing all nasty beige. See, this is his normal type outfit. It's like tan pants and jacket and hat and like brown and tan shoes. Styling. All right, let me see. Oh, there we go. Since we're leading, let's start out with a long Meowth. Actually, that might scare people away. Hey, St. JW. I guess we can do a flying type since it's a grass type. Let's go. Um, so yeah, today I'm taking it easy. We're not doing poison team because I wasn't feeling super great earlier. This might be a slightly shorter stream, and because we're like in a story heavy moment, I didn't want to I didn't want to get caught up in that and then have to stop or whatever, and either have to redo it or I guess have to like pause my switch on that for like a whole week. So we're just doing raids today. We're gonna take it easy. I'm specifically doing raids with normal types, so we'll see how that goes. Soy okay says with a ball cap and headset, Mike, you look like you're a field reporter on the Golf Channel. Oh yeah. I actually have like this is basically what I looked like back when I was doing live TV. Let's go with this. Um, Ball cap, headset, and I wasn't in front of the camera. I was directing. So this is pretty much exactly what I look like, except probably there was less white and gray on these things. Lagna says field reporter on a rattlesnake exhibition. You mean? Yep. That's probably more like it. Oh, that rattlesnake roundup. Uh, Normally I would open with a tailwind, but let's go ahead and Dynamax. So that everybody can see my amazing beige outfit. Beige power! Yeah, Unpheasant actually is probably one of the more colorful normal types. I mean, a lot of normal types are like purple and pink and stuff, so, they're not uniformly beige, but they do kind of tend to run that way. Critical hit? Yep. Beige is the coolest color. Oh yeah. Um, yeah, Unpheasant is cool because he gets that I think super luck ability where he has more frequent critical hits. So that's nice. I tend not to like things that are dual types, like dual type normal and something else. Like, it really annoys me actually most of the time. But because there are so many dual type birds, like dual flying types, it's like I feel like a lot of the time Pokemon doesn't think of flying as a type. It's just like, oh, well, this thing is flying, so it needs to have the flying type. It's super effective. So what's new? What have you guys been up to? Watching cool stuff on TV? Going to your secret cabins in the woods? Tricking out your bikes? Lagna says, I saw a Kickstarter RPG campaign today. It was described as Murder, She Wrote mixed with Lovecraft. That's interesting because unless it's like Murder, She Wrote is like a one-person thing, right? So it'll be interesting to see if it's like a team of detectives. If it's a team of detectives, it really almost doesn't feel like Murder, She Wrote. So it's yeah, who knows. Magnus says, I'm glad we have moved on from zombies. Have we moved on from zombies? I feel like the zombie stuff is still going. Cindy says, so chances of a Streets of New Capenna draft stream. Chances of a Streets of New Capenna um, draft stream are pretty low right now. Um, I am kind of whoa. It's a little. No, leave me alone, little guy. They're pretty low right now. I am taking a little bit of a break from Magic because I seem to be unable to not get worked up when I'm playing with randos. Doing it on stream actually does make it a little bit easier, but last night, like just last night, I was like, well, I haven't played in a while. I'm gonna play these like jump in decks so that I can get some of the cool cards that they come with. Um, and I did, and it was awful. I was like really stressed by the end of it. So I just like it's not just Magic. Like I've been having anxiety issues in general because the world's on fire and things with my job aren't always super great. Wow, all these little guys. So it is unlikely. We can certainly talk about New Capenna. That's not an issue, but we're probably not going to see a draft anytime soon, unfortunately. Um, Also, Mana Search. We are very likely going to see more Gems of War. I'm definitely going to play more Gems of War on stream. Likeness says it's still there, but everything is cryptic, dreading horror now. Okay, sure. Oh, you mean like we've moved on from zombies to cosmic horror? I can see that. I guess I could conserve wishing pieces by. Um, I could save wishing pieces by gaining gaming the clock. I probably don't want to do a steel type thing with normal types. Do any of these have a... Oh, yeah, it has high horsepower. Let's invite others. What was I saying? Something, something. We'll play Gems of War. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Likeness says, I'm almost considering backing Shield Maidens, as there seems to be no horror in that one. I mean, that's fair. There's always going to be that branch that's horror stuff, right? So, um, you can get involved or not get involved, I guess. Um, I haven't played like a horror themed RPG in a very long time. Um, but maybe soon I'll get the chance to do it. Who knows? Sinjado says I have played Gems, so the next stream I will have a clue as to what is going on. Nice. Also, no worries on the draft. I get anxiety also, and wouldn't want you to get any more than life gives you already. Yeah. So basically, what I was saying is, um, I yeah. So just last night, I was like, okay, well, I'll get some of these uh, jump in decks or whatever, and I got really stressed out. And I was like, I know in my brain that it doesn't matter. I'm literally just doing this for the cards, but I still got really stressed out. And I played one like really badass, super long game where like the other, like I basically won at like 5 life. I had completely run out of cards and I managed to like get in for enough damage. Like the games were cool and they were fun, but at the end of it, I was like really tense. You know that thing where like you don't notice how like tense you are, and then when you stop, it's like, ugh. So I had taken a break from Magic for a while. Basically, after the Kamigawa stream, I went in and tried to play a little bit more, and I was just not feeling good. So nowadays, the only Magic playing that I do is with my wife, which doesn't stress me out as much. But doop doop. No, it doesn't stress me out. Um, and so yeah, I'm just taking it easy on Magic. I was excited about New Capenna at first. I'm excited about uh, Shard, um, about Shard based stuff. You know, about three color Magic. That's all like the ally pairs. Um, so you know, I'm interested. I'm interested in it, but I haven't been following it because I know is like if I follow it very closely and I get into it, I'm gonna want to play it, and then I'm gonna be upset later. So trying to just take it easy. Sinjadolu says it's worth it just for the mana surge. I was debating playing Gears or not Gears of War, Gems of War for this stream because like I said, I wasn't feeling good earlier, so we're not doing poison team so that because we're kind of in a story heavy moment, so this way we can just take it easy. Um, but I was really considering playing gems instead, and I figured, well, most people are used to Pokemon here, but I think Gems of War is the surprise hit of the moment. And actually, like anytime I go on Twitch, I actually have Gems of War like as one of my like favorite games. There is almost never anyone playing Gears, or I keep saying Gears, Gems of War. Um, there's almost never anyone playing it, which is really surprising since it's like a really. Oh, I got paralyzed. It's a really straightforward, easy, like colorful, fun little game. I'm surprised that more people don't play it on Twitch, but yeah, there's almost never anybody playing it. Sinjadolu says, I'm eyeing up the commander decks. My commander group are discussing who might be getting which. Okay, that's cool. Oh, you guys have to like vote on who gets what? Or is it like a playstyle thing? Like we are not letting you close to a deck that has like mill, so you're not allowed to get this one. Max Quake. Oh, we're not gonna get to the Max Quake. Uh, don't catch. Sinjado says more a case of if person X gets one, we don't want to double up in the group. No, that makes sense. I used to definitely play with people where like multiple people would definitely get all of them, and then basically just like tear them up for whatever commander deck that we're trying to put together. I think this is a fire den. So this should be okay. We shouldn't run into anything that's specifically strong um, against normal types. Let's go mess with the clock a little bit. Let's make it tomorrow and see what we find. That work? Yep. Same deal. Um, Back out. Oh wait, I think I have to. Is it this? Yeah, that's what I gotta do. System. Date and time. Oh shoot, am I still connected to the internet? Sorry. Nope. Sinjado says, I'm a big fan of playing them out of the box as I hate deck building. Yeah, that's fair. Horsepawn Mind says, sometimes I wish I could make it tomorrow and see what I find. Yeah, maybe one of the greatest fantasies that this version of Pokemon allows us. Not just being friends with some cool animals, but also, what if it was tomorrow? Technically, you can make it yesterday too, but, you know, I think this works better if it's tomorrow. 4 stars? What's with the 4 stars, guys? Yeah, so I wasn't feeling super great. I'm pretty tired, um, but feel a little sluggish, you know. So I'm like, can you imagine? Like sometimes I think about like streaming fighting games, and I'm like, can you imagine if I was a fighting game streamer? Like I would just lose all the time this way. Like, what do you like? Fighting games and like first-person shooters and stuff are so like kind of physically demanding. It's like, what if you? Oh, a Chansey. Okay, well, let's try it. Um, Saint JW says yesterday, all my troubles, etc., etc. Yeah, don't go too far into it because we'll get sued. Um, Lagna says tomorrow I'm going to Sabaton concert, so I'm fine with it being today, so I don't have to stress. Saint JW says Sabaton are cool. Hope you have a blast. I don't know what Sabaton is. Let's see if somebody wants to jump in on this Chansey raid. Maybe nobody will jump in because Chansey is like kind of grueling. It just has so many hit points, and then when you Dynamax, like your hit points go up too. So it's like a Dynamax Chansey just has massive amounts of hit points. Let me get some water real quick. Swedish metal band. Oh, that's what Sabaton is? Okay. Um, Wait. So, Lagnus, you're going to a concert tomorrow, but you don't want it to be the day of the concert because the concert stresses you out? Are you in Sabaton? Yeah, I'm gonna keep looking because nobody's gonna want to get into this chancy raid. Lagnus says, which was also our last concert before the pandemic. Oh, okay. Sinjiro says Sweden makes awesome metal bands. Yeah, I feel like a lot of places like were into metal and then they stopped producing metal, but I feel like a lot of Europe is still pumping out metal. Like there are new metal bands coming up and there's like a much healthier scene up there. It's already saved, I think. All right. Lagna says no, but the concert starts at 20, and it's 23:10 now. If we jumped to 24 hours, I'd miss it. Oh, okay. All right. Note, says Lagnus, none of the Swedish metal bands put random umlauts into their names. Yeah. So this is something that Lagnus and I have been discussing. Uh, a lot of stuff that's supposed to be Swedish or Nordic in any sort of way, like from Norway or I don't know, Finland or whatever. Um, like to signify that, like they just throw umlauts on things. And of course, it's very annoying if you're a native speaker because you look at it and the umlaut is in the wrong place, or shouldn't be there at all, or would cause like a much weirder pronunciation, right? Um, here's a fun fact. Pokemon, right? Pokemon has a it has like Pokemon has an accent over the e, right? It's POK then accented e mon, and that's the French way of saying that. It's basically something that tells you that the a needs to be pronounced, right? That's what that accent is. So it's like Pokemon, not Pokemon. But um, in Spanish, that accent means that's where the stress for the word needs to go. So, um, when Pokemon first came out, Spanish speakers would read it as Pokemon because you were supposed to put the stress on the e. So I remember like talking to my parents, and they were like, um, "What's this Pokemon thing?" And I'm like, "It's not Pokemon, it's Pokemon." And they're like, "No, it isn't. The accent's on the e." So that took a while. I think my dad probably still says Pokemon. See, I'm hosting my own raids because then I'm like, if I host my own raids, then then I'll have control over them and I won't get kicked out or whatever. But there's also a possibility that just no one will show up to your raid. Oh, but somebody did. That's cool. Oh, nice. Ha ha ha. Time to do the bait and switch. And introduce them to Long Meowth. With the power to stretch. So beige. Yeah, again, it's not Lopunny uncomfortable, but Salazzle is its own kind of uncomfortable. Alright. Time to stretch that Meowth. By the power of beige, I summon Long Cat. Horsepoint Mind says, I learned recently that Pokemon is only called that because Mattel had a toy line called Monsters in My Pocket and they threatened legal action when the games were being localized. That is true, and in fact, Mattel was working hard to get those toys to catch on, and they were like traditional kind of like Universal Studios monsters. How was my Meowth faster than everybody else? That doesn't make any sense. That Zamazenta and that Soraora should be like way faster. Um, but yeah, so Pokemon or Pocket Monsters. I remember like I had toys, like I had a couple of toys, and I had some like comics that I think Mattel released for Monsters in My Pocket, and yeah, it was about like a tiny Frankenstein and a tiny Dracula, and like a tiny mummy and stuff. Um, it's really funny to think that that was ever an impediment to Pokemon, right? That Pokemon had to change because of that, and now Pokemon is like such a long-running, long-enduring franchise, and indeed the most popular and lucrative franchise in the world. Um, and that it was ever tripped up by this toy line that didn't even catch on, right? It's like nobody remembers Monsters in My Pocket because it didn't catch on. Lagnus says, "Is that a monster in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?" Screeching Pokemon sounds. Yep. Oh, Lamgwin with the raid. Thanks. I appreciate it. How you doing? Hey, Lamgwin. Let me give you a shout out. You're playing Final Fantasy. Oh, are you playing the Pixel remaster for Final Fantasy VI? Finaling some fantasy, nice. Yeah. Have I told this story? I feel like I've recently told this story to someone about why I stopped. Oh no, it wasn't here. It was to one of my friends. When I was when I was first playing Final Fantasy VI, I loved it. I was super into it, but you know, it was a tough game, and I was pretty young, so um, it was very challenging. And um, one time, or like, there's this like huge tower that you have to make your way all the way up to it, and then it doesn't like story wise, it doesn't take you somewhere else. You just have to fight your way back down the tower. Or I guess there's a spell that just allows you to exit a dungeon, but I either didn't have it or didn't think of it. So I worked really hard over multiple tries. I'd keep dying, keep dying, keep dying. Of course, you can only save at save points. Um, and so this was on like an afternoon where like my parents had gone out to like the supermarket, and I was alone with my brother and my sister probably as well. But she's not in this story. So I um so I'm playing and my parents come home and my brother wakes up, right? So like when he hears the car and um the reason why he like wakes up like that is because the number one thing that our parents used to punish us with was like no video games. But of course, as soon as they left the house, we would start playing video games, and if we heard them come back, we'd like turn them off and go like very quickly work on our chores that we were supposed to have been doing, right? So my brother wakes up and in his little mind, because he was very little, he's like, "Oh no, mom and dad are here. We're gonna get in trouble." So he runs over as I'm like trying to make my way down the tower and turns off the Super NES. And I was just like, and I was like, I can't do this tower again. You know, I was so happy that I had finished it, but I didn't manage to get out and save, and now I've lost all of that. I'm like, I'm just not ever playing this game again, and I didn't. I just stopped playing. It's like it was just such a demoralizing thing. Um, Also because I was so upset about it, it like unfortunately like because I was so upset about it as my parents came in, um, it tipped them off that sometimes like that we were playing video games when we were not supposed to because they're like, why are you so upset? It's like, oh, I'm upset because he turned off the game. Why did he turn off the game? Well, it's like, well, it's out of the bag now. So yeah, a very disastrous end to Final Fantasy VI. So I never finished playing it. Um, Lemon says, alone with my brother and my sister, so not actually alone, quite crowded, really well. We were kids, right? So as kids, we were home alone. I mean, like there were no adults, is I guess what I was getting at. Lagna says, Final Fantasy VI is the original Elden Ring. Well, maybe not. Like there are definite like Battletoads is the original Elden Ring, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, it was tough. Langwin says FF6 is truly the Dark Souls of Crash Bandicoots of Cupheads of Elden Rings of Mario Kart 64s. Yeah, now that you put it that way, I think you're right. Now is the time. The pixel remasters are excellent. Yeah, maybe. I kind of have this thing that I don't play old games because I kind of hate the way that they're put together a lot of the time. Like there's a lot of like awkward design and kind of like annoying. I think people would be interested enough for 4-star Larvesta raid probably. Now let's try it. Um, and this is partially because one of my favorite, one of my most favoritist RPGs of all time, Earthbound, came out for the Virtual Console on the Wii U, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get to play Earthbound again. So I got it, and man, was it just like an awkward, like difficult experience. I'm like, I'm trying to just play this game, please, and it's like you have to look stuff up. I basically got to a point, and it's pretty early on, um, where um, where you have to buy an item from a random NPC, and it's like if and like the item doesn't work, it doesn't do anything, but that's what you need to do to advance the plot. And I was looking around and looking around and looking around, couldn't find it. Finally looked it up, and it's like, yeah, you have to buy this thing from this character. And I'm like, I would have never guessed that, right? I would have never figured that out, and I didn't remember from playing this game back when I was a kid. So I was like, never again. So, um, I love Chrono Trigger. I love Final Fantasy VI. I love those are probably the big ones: Earthbound, Final Fantasy VI, and Chrono Trigger. But I haven't gone back to replay any of them because I don't want to have to play them with a guide, and I don't want to be faced with the fact that they're actually a bunch of games made in the 90s. And yes, although they were revolutionary for their time, playing them now is like pulling teeth. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just like putting too much thought into it, but I kind of don't want to put myself through. I don't want to put myself through that. I don't want to put myself through like not finishing Final Fantasy VI again, or like not enjoying it because I love that game. Invite others. Slide the timeline forward. Let's see. Horsepawn Man says I used to have a 30-minute computer time, but my mom worked days and my dad worked nights, so I generally had a 60-minute computer time. Yep, that's how you do it. You just have to find your gaming moments when you can. Lagna says the first Final Fantasy I played was 7. I got pretty far before I felt I was done with it. That's also true for me. I stopped playing Final Fantasy 7 because I got tired. And that actually has happened to me basically with every Final Fantasy game ever. I thought I was actually going to finish 13, but then I didn't. I got pretty close to the final bad guy, or maybe all the way to the final bad guy, and I just got tired of it. Um, Likeness says, but I pretty much never go back to old games. They live better in my old memories instead of fresh memories that ruins any happy childhood memories of them. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like the only old game that I've gone back to play recently is Yoshi's Story, or not Yoshi's Story, Yoshi's Island, because I feel that as a platformer it holds up really well. Um, but yeah, especially old RPGs, because old RPGs are just so awkward and annoying, right? It's like I don't want to go back and play Pokemon Red either, right? I had a blast playing Pokemon Red, but I don't want to do it anymore because I there were things about it that were just extremely annoying. And they were annoying then, and now that designers know that they're annoying and they've taken them out, they feel even more annoying now. Um, Lamwin says item management in EB is awful in Earthbound. Yeah, I think there's a good reason the SNES game came with a player's guide. Yeah, absolutely. Um, Lamwin, despite the errors in the guide, it was still quite helpful. Sure. Senjidolu says, I never played an FF game. For some reason, they just passed me by. I mean, they're fun. Like, every time I play like Final Fantasy games, I have a lot of fun. I just get bored close to the end. That's actually kind of not true. Uh, here's probably my very controversial take. I did not like Final Fantasy VII remake. I thought it really like feels like what I think it is, which is like the first like quarter of a game, maybe quarter, probably more, or probably less rather. Um, and it's just like so much filler, just so much filler, so much slower, so much less interesting, which sucks because the characters look great. I love all of those characters. Um, I wanted to like it, but I hate the combat system and I hate how like slow and boring and bloated it is. Like I just like did not have a good time playing that game, and I didn't play it all the way to the end. Even though I love Red 13, but I don't think you get to play Red 13 in that one. It's like the promise that you're gonna get to play him in the next one, which is even worse than like they should have. Like I know that beat wise, that's where he gets introduced, but I was like, if you're gonna show me Red 13, you better let me play that Red 13. Um, Lightness says I played Metroid again on the Wii, which was fun, but that is just a platform game. They often age slightly better, but that is still an exception to the rule. Yeah, platformers I think age a lot better. Like RPGs because they're event based, because you have to do certain things to advance the story or the plot or basically to trigger the next event will often lock you down and like RPGs are dungeon based, so you have to like look around in dungeons, and if you miss something you gotta look around and look around and look around until you find it again. um, it's just it can be not a lot of fun. Like there's no way this one's gonna be open, right? Yeah. uh, let's invite others. So yeah, I don't like. Yeah, there's just like the the Super NES emulator on the Switch has um, the Super NES emulator on the Switch has a copy of Breath of Fire 2 or 3, whichever one it is, for the Super NES. And Breath of Fire is a game that I always wanted to play. I never got it, and I was always like, "Oh, I want to play it." And so I was like, "Oh, finally, as a grown man, I get to play Breath of Fire." And I didn't get very far because I was like, "Oh my God, this is like an old '90s RPG." It's like old RPGs from the '80s and '90s are just difficult. They're just difficult to play. They're slow. They're like weirdly paced. It's like I don't want to deal with it. Um, Legna says, well, next weekend I'm running a Warhammer Fantasy Adventure. Looking forward to that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that'll be good times. Really, what this tells me is that I should just go to Lamgwin's channel and watch Lamgwin play. I'm gonna do that now, real quick. Twitch. I'm gonna look up Lamgwin. Follow. Okay, there you go. Now I can live vicariously through Lamgwin. Um, I'm gonna let that see if that Marsh Stomp wants to Dynamax. Oh, I keep doing that. This. Oh, it's so dumb. I keep mistaking Roar for Howl. Like Howl gives every all of your party members a bonus to attack. A Roar scares away enemy Pokemon, but you can't scare away a Dynamax Pokemon. So that's a hilariously wasted turn. That's what I get for following Lamgwin while I'm supposed to be paying attention. Horsepawn Mine says, Lamgwin, watch out. Rodrigo's going to unplug your SNES. Yep, that's right. I'm going to wake up in the... my parents are here. And I'm going to turn off Lamgwin's Super NES. All right, let's just attack. Let's see. Lagna says, I don't play a ton of games. I watch them instead. I've started doing that a little bit more. I used to hate it. I used to hate watching other people play games. But, you know, influencers, streamers, they're fun. They talk to you while they do it, and they have these wacky things that they like to do. So, it's a lot less boring to watch somebody play through a game, you know, when they do that. And that's why, like, if there's, like, if I watch a playthrough on YouTube or whatever, if the person isn't talking, if they're just like click, 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 click like going through it, I get bored. Um, so yeah, I need my games with like a side of personality to be able to watch them. Saint Joe says I've watched John Jagger play some of the Pixel remasters. That's cool. Yeah, there's actually there's a good handful of people I follow that are going through the Pixel remasters, and they look fine. They do look really good. The graphics look really good, so that's nice. Um, Lagna says, "I'm talking about RPGs while doing so, or mana surge, because I only have a vague idea of what is going on." Yeah, so um, the real secret to success on the internet is to recognize that people follow other people for their personalities, right? It's like, to a certain degree, um, you can have people that are like excellent, like mechanically proficient gamers, and so they're fun to watch. Watch them like do these exploits, or like speedrunners challenging themselves to do that. But what you're actually there to see is that person, because you probably have as much fun when that person succeeds as when they fail, if not more, right? If you have a speedrunner and they screw it up, and they make a joke about it, or they get dejected about it, then you get to like talk to them and be like, "Oh, it's okay, speedrunner, you can do it again tomorrow." Right? Like, it's yeah, it's something that you get to do when you're interacting with another person. So I have no um what I want to say. I have no um delusions that you guys are here because like I'm a good Pokemon player or whatever, right? Or Magic the Gathering player or whatever I'm playing at the time, right? It's like I know you guys are here mostly because you've followed me here from Major Spoiler stuff, and now we get to hang out and mana surge and play video games. Let's see. Sinjado says none of the other streamers have Smokey the smoke detector, though. That's true. Smokey's ever vigilant eye is something that most other streamers are not going to be able to have. So when you come to El Picachon to watch us play, you know that Smokey's going to be there, and you know that it'll enhance the experience knowing that he's not just sitting there quietly judging my playstyle, but also keeping us safe from smoke and probably carbon monoxide too. I don't know. Lagna says, I'm here for Rodrigo unless he plays the fart game again, because then Rodrigo is relegated to the background. I mean, that's true. Um, Debonair Bear is certainly a thing that happened, and um, I definitely wake up in a cold sweat every once in a while, like, Debonair Bear. So that's good times. Fun, fun times. Thanks for that, Quinn. Someday I'll get over it. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. People are going to be into this. Let's invite others. and then switch to a flying type. Uh, yeah, let's do that. Oh, Arl Ritchie with the raid. Oh, thanks. How are you guys doing? Hey, welcome. My name's Rodrigo. We're playing Pokemon Sword and Shield. Taking it easy today. Normally, I would be playing my all poison types run. Oh, Ghost of Alex. Thanks for following. Yes, welcome Raiders. Normally I'd be playing my poison type run, but today I'm taking it a little bit easier. I had kind of a rough feeling night last night. I'm doing better now. No, don't disconnect me from the internet. But I figured, we just take it easy. Low impact Pokemon. What have you guys been doing? What are you guys still playing Kingdom Hearts, or are you still playing Pokemon Sword? Arlo just says that I startle you. Yes, I'm very easily startled. Um, First time viewer. Oops, all poison types. Yep, that's normally what's going on here. Yeah. I'm doing good. Thank you. Let me see if people want to get in on this raid. Wait, who is this? Rob? Rob, do you want to get in on this raid? Do you have a Volcarona? Do you want one? I did a little bonus Italian stream for the first time in a while. It was nice. Oh, that's good. Ghost of Oz loves poison types. Yeah, poison types are classy. Yeah, lo-fi Pokemon. Just gonna take it easy. Uh, ROH says, "Oh heck, I want to get in on it, but I've never joined one, and I'm afraid of screwing it up." Nah, don't worry about it. We'll be fine. If you want to, if you don't want to, that's fine. Like that, no pressure. I'm sure you've got stuff put away or whatever, but I figured I'd throw this to you. So if you do want to, just let me know real quick. If not, I'll just invite a bunch of randos. How do I enter? I'll grab. Okay, yeah. So Um, I guess. Am I Pokey friends with anybody else? Yep. Go get it. Go get it. Go for it. Um, yeah. If I think if you want to get in on raids with me, you can use this friend code. Um, I don't know how. Like you're probably not gonna be able to get in on this raid. But we can try it. Okay. So I know I was doing all uh poison or all normal types. Um, but since it's just going to be Rob and me on this one, I'm going to bring something that's going to handle Volcarona a lot better. Because Volcarona is actually tough. Okay. Um, so I'm going to set the code. And the code's going to be 8989 8989. So 89898989, Rob. When you see it, when you see my thing, it'll say Ringo Lopez. So make sure you're online. You can sort by max battles, and that'll make it easier to see. If you don't see it, um, if you don't see it, then I'll jump out of the raid. I'll just quit if you can't make your way in for some reason. Lagna says, "Well, it's closing in on midnight, and I should sleep. Have a good one, everyone. Thanks for coming, Lagnus. I really appreciate you guys showing up, showing some love, hanging out. Thank you. There's a lock on the Ringo. Yep. So go ahead and open it. Also, I hope you have like at least an ultra ball kicking around or a net ball. If you have a net ball, that would probably be. Can't click on it. Okay, hang on. I'll do a brand new one. Um, so one thing you can do is you can press X. You can go over to the things and press X, and that'll refresh them. So the thing that you saw was probably. I'm guessing it didn't look like this one. I'm guessing it looked like an announcement, like this one. Um, because you should be able to join. And you say yes. Right. So this is just some random persons, right? Okay. So we'll try it again. Link code will be 8989. Okay. Yes. Invite others. And then yeah, just go over there and keep refreshing your queue, and hopefully you'll be able to get in on this one. Yes, but also a little icon on the left. Hmm. Well, let me know if you see it and if it doesn't work. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Saint Jadoli is not leaving yet. Oh, yeah, while we're here, let me shout out yeah, there you go. If you uh if you want to see somebody play Pokemon Gold in Italian, that's probably the place to go. Oh, could it be locked to your level? Oh, you might not be high enough level. That could be it. How many badges do you have? It's only 2347 there. Okay, yeah. 3. Okay, yeah, this might be too high level for you. So, okay, I'm going to open this up to some if you're still sticking around later, we might try a lower level raid. Um and then we can try that. Oh, you figure it out as something. Yeah, we should do something like when you guys definitely once you guys finish the game, we should like hang out and do some raids. Because they're fun and because you can. It's not too tough to like manipulate the thing into doing what you want it to do. Yeah, no problem. We'll try a smaller one after this if you're still around. Um, Probably should go in with Kangaskhan. He is probably about the beefiest normal type I have, unless. Oh wait, no, actually I should go in with a bird because flying type moves. All right, let everybody pick out their thing. I might actually catch this. I think I only have one Volcarona, so usually usually for these raids I just don't catch the Pokemon. I'm just in it for like all the TRs and gold nuggets and bottle caps and random stuff because I can use that for other things. But actually, just the other day, I got to the money cap in this game. You can only have 9,999,999 Pokebucks. Um, so I was like, I kept selling stuff and it wasn't going up anymore, and I'm like, oh no, like you can't have 10 million Pokebucks. So I was like, I literally don't have enough things to spend this money on. So I went to one of the stores and bought every outfit. So I think I might just keep doing that. I'm just gonna keep go to every store and buy every outfit. Yeah, you can see who all the shiny hunters are. Oh, no, not Max Strike. Yeah. Horsepawn Mine says further evidence of Pokemon being a post-scarcity utopia. They have a wealth cap. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely like I have played this game. I think literally for 1,000 hours, um, or more, and the economy of the game is not made to support that. About to switch devices, see you in a few. Yep, see ya. Max Airstream. Go Psycho Pompey. Yeah, that's not gonna do a lot of damage. Blue, 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 blue. I like looking at other Pokemon's names. I like that this person has like their website as their Pokemon name. Like they're literally advertising their website during raids, which is fine. I do not. I am not familiar with that website. Do not go to that website on account of haven't seen it here. I do not endorse it. I do not know what you will find if you go there. But yeah, people definitely do that. Hey, welcome back. Horsepoint Mine says, I've received several random trades from that site. I'm 99% sure they're all hacked. Yeah, I do not. Don't go to. Just don't go to the site unless you've done some independent research on it. The sites that you might see while playing Pokemon while logged on to twitch.tv/lpikachon are not necessarily condoned by the leadership. The leadership being me and Pavlov. Smokey gets a provisional vote. But that's just because he used to work for the FBI. Horseman Mine says they're usually level 100 shinies with Poke Rush holding ability capsules. Ugh. Oh, with the Pokerus. Yeah, let's catch this Volcarona. I feel like maybe I've caught like 10 Volcaronas and I just don't remember. So I'm like, oh, a Volcarona, awesome! All right, let's see if we can get Rob into one of these. Um, I guess I can also check if anybody has friended me. Smokey is the Senate parliamentarian of El Picachon. Yep, absolutely. Smokey's the tiebreaker. No. Send it to a box. All right, let me see if just real quick. Nope, doesn't look like I've gotten any requests. That's fine. So yeah, let's try and get Rob into a thing. It makes me save no matter what, so it doesn't matter. Yep. Oh, hey Harv, we're doing raids. If you want to get in on this, we're gonna do a low-level raid so that Rob from RL Richie can try it out, and then we might do some higher level raids after that. Yeah, see, I knew it. As soon as we're like, oh, I hope we get some low level raids, it's gonna be nothing but 5-star raids. Uh, okay, yeah, just let me know. All right. Try it again. Invite others. Advance the timeline. Let's try that. Um, I guess we can try a 4-star raid. Let's try a 4-star one. Maybe that will be able to get you into that. Let me turn on the internet, and we'll make the password 8989 again. 8989 8989. Yes. Invite others. Alright, so it says I just got home from massage and errands, so I'm rebooting right now. Yeah, it's cool. All right, Rob, start refreshing your stuff. You should see it soon. Hopefully, this one you can get into. Doop 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 doop. Fletchling. I don't really have anything that's like particularly strong against that in my normal types. So we'll just throw in double. Okay. All right, there you are. So yeah, switch your Pokemon. Oh, you already did. Okay, we're going with the Sizzlypede. Let's go. All right. So this is also Rodrigo's raid school. It's a Fletchinder. Okay. I'm going to take the Dynamax if that's okay. We'll max strike it. Yep. So this is a 4-star raid. It's not as difficult or complicated as other raids, or as a 5-star raid. But there's basically one important thing that you need to remember. At a certain point of this Pokemon's hit points, it is going to trigger a shield. and basically you can't knock their hit points any lower than that until the shield is triggered. So I could have probably taken it out on one hit, but because the shield triggers at this this no this this specific hit point level, um, it didn't go down all the way. 5-star raids usually have two shields, so basically think of their life bar as being separated into three different segments with two shields in between. But that's okay. You still get a chance to catch it. I love a shiny double. Yeah, shiny double is very cool. So you still get all of the benefits of the raid, even if your Pokemon gets taken out. You still get the like TRs and TN or whatever, and yeah, all of the bonuses. No, you don't need to worry about it. Um, Let's go. Oh yeah, I forgot that that the character is Alex this time. I think. Yeah, I mean, this is I think it might still not be a fire type, but this is a flying type. You know, against a bug type, it's going to stomp it pretty hard. All right, so you should be able to catch this. I'm not gonna. I guess I'll catch it, and if for some reason you are unable to, I'll just give it to you. You didn't. You weren't able to catch it. I mean, it's fine if you. I got it if you ever want it. All right. Well, let's keep going. Anybody who like is there like do people want to join these raids? Because I'm happy to wait for people. If not, I'll just keep doing and inviting random. So I'll do a one or two open raids here, and then if people want um, want to get in on raids, then we can do it with a locked raid. Other than that, what I'm mostly doing is I'm trying to play with my normal types. That's why my character is wearing this stunning beige ensemble. Yep, that's fine. We can do a few more. Horse One Man says, "I definitely jump in another time, but I'm working. Unfortunately, that's fair. This is all kind of spur of the moment, so I recognize that a lot of people might not be able to do it. Um, so yeah, once again, if you're new here, my name is Rodrigo. This is El Pikachu on Twitch, and also potentially on YouTube. I mean, I all the streams end up on YouTube at some point. Um, but yeah, normally at this point we would be playing my all poison type run, which I'm very happy with so far. But today was kind of a just kind of a difficult day, so I figured I'd take it easy and just do some raids. Um, So yeah, feel free to again if you see it. My character name is Ringo Lopez, so if you see the raids, feel free to jump in. Richie says same. Got to do some housekeeping before Alex gets home. Still listening. We'll trade/trade if I finish up. Okay. Yeah. Nobody's taking me up on this Torkoal. Torkoal's a good Pokemon. SNJW says I jump in. Only I need to go out and buy a Switch, and all the shops are shut here. Yeah, you'd have to go out, buy a Switch, play Pokemon Sword or Shield to a certain level and to where you're able to do max raids and then jump in. Sakura says, realize that I forgot to charge my Switch. No! No! That happens to me a lot. Um, I actually some channels on Twitch that I follow um, are just like shiny raid channels. Like that's all they do is just shiny raids over and over and over again. And I definitely will have a thing where like I see that they're raiding like a particular den of Pokemon that I want for shinies, and I'm like, I gotta find my Switch, and then just it's not charged, or whatever, or I don't have it with me, I left it at home. Ooh, a system update. That's not good. Man, everybody's what's up with people poo pooing? Am I not online? No, I'm online. People are just like Torkoal, whatevs. I mean, that is a tough Pokemon, like literally just very hit point heavy Pokemon. So maybe they don't think a raid would be fun, but I don't know. Sorry, just gotta send something real quick. If I can connect to the internet, I might be able to join here. Oh, we got somebody in. That's good. I'm sure standing by longer than I'd usually expect. Oh, what? Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, there you are. Let's. I think this guy probably has a rock type attack, so there's a good chance of max rockfall. Oh, Twitch delay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it has anything to do with like my upload or if it's all Twitch or what, but yeah, sometimes the delay is really drastic. Plus I feel like you or I as a Twitch viewer can do certain things to make it worse. Like I have like clicked accidentally clicked the screen and like paused the video and then unpaused it and it doesn't skip to where they are now, it just starts playing from where it stopped, and I'm like, well, now there's that much more of a delay. I'll let you take the Dynamax. i'm gonna I'm just gonna hit it. Rawr. Yeah, we we might actually not do so well in this one just because this Pokemon is so tough. and it's going to take out all of the NPC Pokemon like multiple times because it just has the hit points to do that. Um, so, but it's good. I'm gonna open it up, and then you hit it with a max move, and hopefully we'll get the bonus from the max move. Harvest says, I find Twitch Mobile has a bigger delay factor than when I'm on PC. I mean, that makes sense because it's got to go through, like, literally got to go through, like, either the Ethernet or, like, the telephone wires if you're. Um, oh, never mind. This guy's going to take it. There you go. Once you get the first shield down, it's like everything becomes a lot easier. I like how a lot of the NPC Pokemon have a now I forgot the name of the item. You know what I'm talking about? The one that leaves you at one hit point. It's actually really helpful for like when you get into 5-star raids and they're, you know, still like just level 30 Pokemon. Actually, I don't know if the NPC's level goes up depending on the raid. It would make sense that it would, like maybe not all the way to where the raid Pokemon is, but like a few levels, right? It's like there's a big difference between a 3-star Pokemon that comes in at like level 15 and a 5-star Pokemon that comes in at like level 55. Got it. Focus Sash. Yep. A lot of the NPCs have Focus Sash, so that makes things a lot easier. All right. Uh, yeah, let's look for something else. Eh. Invite others. Advance the timeline. Harvester says, super cool that the NPCs can freely use those with no fear of it breaking forever. Yeah, that or they just have like a huge stack of them. Like they found the Focus Sash outlet. Actually, for because I only ever do raids and maybe a little bit of competitive stuff. I forgot that Focus Sash gets like completely consumed. I thought it just, went away and then came back at the end of a fight. So I actually like recently lost one of my Focus Sashes. I've got another one, but I was like, "Ugh, that sucks." I forgot. I think you can get them for battle points, of which I have a lot because I use Pokemon Home a lot, so it should be fine. But yeah, little baby bug. Invite others. Uh, system date and time. May 10th. You guys forgot Mother's Day. By the way, if you're doing this and you're like, how do I know that it worked? If I like go in and there's another identical like 3-star Pokemon, the way you know that it worked is if this little pink stuff, if it starts glowing again, basically if the raid den starts glowing again, you know that you've successfully advanced things. No. 5-star raids or bust. I guess also this is like a slow but sure way to farm watts. So if you do this, you'll end up with a ton of watts. Oh, here we go. Let's do. Let me get on the internet again. Here comes a big turtle raid. Yay. Okay. Link code 8989. Why is this guy in a fire den? Yes. Invite others. Let's see if I have something that can deal with a rock type in my normal squad. I don't think I do because I wasn't expecting to run into any rock types here. So we might cheat the thing a little so we don't get immediately destroyed. I don't think so. I mean, no. I was like, oh, this guy's got a thing that makes it so that not very effective things are more effective. But no, that's just not gonna work. He's just it's a flying type. It's just gonna take one rock hit to the face and die. Harvestry says it's textbook. Player gets an item they hoard forever because what if they need it later stuff. Yeah, I mean especially with if you are planning on getting into competitive Pokemon, then that focus sash is incredibly important. Um, if you're not, then you know throw it on when you go face the Elite Four or whoever, you know, and you're trying to catch Eternatus. If you do want to ever join one of these raids, you can have my code here. Probably not for these. I'm probably only going to do one or two more, and then we'll wrap it up. Just because I need to get ready for another show that I'm doing today. And by get ready, I mean sleep. I need to sleep for another show so that I'm awake during it. All right, I'm gonna take the Dynamax. Actually, I think this guy actually has not great. Yeah, it's like eh. We'll let Harv have the Dynamax. Skapow. How dare you? Drain punch, of course. Quote, we're not torturing dogs in here. Yep, that's a good one. That's a classic. We're not. You might actually, if you're new here, also, you might actually hear my little dog like squeal or like cry. My dog's very old and he has a bad back, and sometimes when he stands up, it really hurts. And we're giving him medicine and we're like giving him treatment and stuff for it. But yeah, you might hear a very loud yelp from a dog. So we're not torturing dogs in here. It's just my little dog is, very old. But he seems to be sleeping comfortably right now. Then again, that's usually when the yelping happens, is when he's sleeping and then gets up. Yeah, he's a little old guy. I mean, he does fine once he's up because we're giving him stuff like he had maybe he has like a pinched, or he can get like some pinched discs or nerves or something. Um, so we had given him steroids for that, and he's a lot better for that. And now we're giving him stuff for arthritis. So once he's up, he's actually really spry. He's like running around and doing stuff, and we're like, calm down, you have a bad back. And he's like, wee. So he's a terrier. So from my understanding, terriers don't understand their own limitations. They think they're enormous flying, like they think they're airplanes. They don't think of themselves as dogs. So um, he doesn't know that he can't, that he's not made of metal and can't fly. Max Rockfall. It's obviously too late in the game's lifetime for this, but if there was like one of those artists who like draw on their stream or whatever, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna make a Pokemon OC for every Max move, right? So it's like, here's a guy named Max Rockfall. Here's a lady named Max Max Tailwind. No, what is it called? It's not Tailwind. All right, that wasn't too bad. Harvester says, would you please give us a few lines of how he canonically talks to you? How Pavlov talks to me? Sure. Um, Horseborn Mind says, I have a 12-year-old little terrier who will play with toys so much and for so long that he has to immediately lay down and go to sleep. Yeah, that's what terriers are like. They just go and go and go and go. That sounds like a fun Drawfee theme, honestly. Yeah, yeah. Like, it's too old in Pokemon. Is that Rayhan down there? Should I go talk to him? Now we'll talk to him later. But yeah, it's like too late in Pokemon Sword and Shield's lifetime for channels to be trying to mine it for hits. But yeah, early on it would have been probably a good idea, and it is kind of like right up Drawfee's alley. Yeah, so my dog, I do a voice for my dog, and I try to be extremely honest about how my dog talks to me or would talk to me. So, like, he very frequently like makes fun of me because I'm like, this dog would be making fun of me now. Like, he's my wife's dog, right? She had him before we got married or before we started living together or whatever. So, he's my dog in the sense that we live together or whatever, but he's my wife's dog, and he like very frequently kind of gives me like, you're not my real dad eyes or whatever. So, yeah, basically my voice for him is like, er, can you drop? You need to drop your sandwich, okay? If you don't drop your sandwich on the ground, then I never eat. No one ever feeds me in this house. Don't look at the plates, okay? Don't look at them, okay? Just give me the food, okay? Just give me the food. That's kind of how he talks to me, and that is accurate because he's always begging. Like, we can't get him to stop begging. Um, he will beg, and he begs really hard. Like, we've come to say that like he thinks of begging as his job. Like he is very dedicated to the cause of begging. We used to have another dog who died almost a year ago now. Sad times. But she would beg as well, and then after a few minutes, if like nothing came of it, she'd give up and she'd just go lay down. But Pavlov will beg through a whole meal. Like he will just sit there and beg, and then after we're done eating, if we're still like hanging out of the table, or if like the table still has like dirty plates on it, he will sit there and like try to like create a hole through the table with his eyes. Um, like he will just keep begging. So yeah, we talk about him like begging is his job. Like we'll start cooking food and he's like we'll be like Pavlov's like, well, off to work. Time for begging, okay? Uh, Something that I think I mentioned last time too is like we kind of have these like ongoing developing storylines with the dogs, or well, not just with Pavlov, although we have a cat too. Um, and at some point, I was doing this thing that thought he thought that the reason why I wouldn't give him any chicken from my plate or from something that I was cooking is because I myself was a chicken and I was trying to protect the chickens. So I started having him call me Big Chicken. He's like, "Oh, Big Chicken, Big Chicken, I know what you're up to. Okay, you're just trying to save the chickens. Okay, you traitor." And then it stuck. So now anytime I have him refer to me, he calls me Big Chicken. So it's weird that I gave myself this terrible nickname, making a voice for the dog. But it's funny. You know, my wife gets a big kick out of it. Like we'll both sit there and do his voice. It's like, Big Chicken. Why don't you give me any of your food? Okay, I come here every day and I beg and I do my job. Okay, you're not doing your job. You're supposed to feed the little dog. Okay. So that's what life is. Um, Harvey just says, "I love it." He's dedicated to his craft, a real professional. Your household sounds so entertaining. Yeah, my wife says that she has like the I don't know how high tier levels go at major spoilers, but if it's like platinum is the highest, then she has like the diamond subscription, because she gets to hear all of this nonsense that I'm constantly saying and talking about and thinking. That and technically she does get to hear the shows. She gets to hear like a quarter of the shows early because she can hear me through the wall like while I'm recording. So she'll like come in and be like, what were you talking about?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I was talking about like Into the Spider Verse." And she's like, "Yeah, I thought that was what was it?" It's like, "Did you say this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "That's stupid." No, she's usually like, okay. She respects my opinions up to a point, but I am very opinionated. So sometimes she's just like, "No." Harvester says, "I love that he thinks Big Chicken eats chicken for himself but protects it from the dog." Yeah, it's not. Um, what am I doing here? Oh, he is not like that. That idea is not very well thought out. He is not. He's kind of a reactive young man. Um, we used to have this thing where like, um, oh, I went past it. Our other dog, Akaya, had like a little blog or something where she put like down home recipes or whatever. But Pavlov had a conspiracy blog, and one of his catchphrases was, "The president is trying to poison me." Let's just say that was a lot funnier during the Obama administration. It definitely got to a thing where like we stopped joking around about Pavlov being like a like a conspiracy theory like reactionary because that got weird real quick. Let's see. Um, Horseman Mind says, "I won't put it in, but my wife respects my opinions." Is a very funny quote. Yeah. Harvey says, "Oh, there you go. Well, thank you, Harv." Oh, that's the wrong one. We're probably just gonna do one more if I can find a five-star Pokemon. Yeah, that's the other thing is that those raid channels, like this aspect of it, the part where it like advances the seed, is all automated, so you can see it do it, and it's like tick 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 tick, tick like super fast. And I'm just like so slow at it. Not only am I normally very slow at stuff like this, um, but also today I'm just kind of a little sluggish in general. So it's like, yeah, this is probably like it seems like it's normal speed for me, but I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are seeing all this in slow motion. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is me being like, I know I will host raids today so that I don't have to deal with like how clunky like Pokemon's interface is for that. But I'm like, oh yeah, I still have to deal with it, and also I have to do this because for some reason I won't do any raid that's lower than like that is lower than 5 stars. But that's where you get the most stuff. Ah, come on. The good news is you might, if you didn't know before, now you probably know exactly how to advance your clock to catch different Pokemon. So congratulations on that. Also, I'm getting lots of watts for this, so I guess that's good too. It's like I'm getting watts, but I'm losing viewers. It balances out. Okay, one more try, and if it doesn't work, we're going to just chatting because I am like starting to get like tired. Boop boop beep boop boop. All right, May 21st. I believe in you. Oh, I didn't do it right. Okay, let me do it right. Like people watching were probably like, you're doing it wrong. Okay, here we go. I hope I hope that May 21st wasn't actually it, and in fact, it is May 22nd that is it, because I kind of screwed up the 21st. Come on. There we go. 5-star raid, baby. You on for this harvestry? 89898989. Go. Oh, I need to get on the internet first. Kachumb. Okay, now we go. Oh, wait, nope, nope, nope. I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Sorry. Can you tell I'm a little out of it? Okay. We make it the link code, which is 89, 89, 89, 89. Yes. Then we invite others. There we go. RL Richie says, I kept trying to figure out where you were opening settings. Yeah, so the way that it works is these things have basically they're seeded. And this is how people do shiny raids. There is a way to find a shiny seed, and then every Pokemon as you advance will be a shiny, or finding the shiny is a matter of advancing like every 5 days or every 8 days or something like that. Um, so yeah, there's a way to do it. Um, Actually, let's go with Kangaskhan. I actually haven't used them that much. Um, Harvester says, actual time travelers be like. Yep. Yeah, so this is something that you can figure out if you have the time and energy to do it. Lots of people have figured it out. Um, it was figured out pretty early on, so this is why come you see so many shinies. That and Dynamax Adventures, like specifically, have a much higher rate of shinies for like shiny. What I want to say, um, shiny legendaries. Ninja W says Hacksaws. Yeah, it's unfortunately Pokemon has like actual hackers that go in and mess with the code, but this is very much an exploit, right? When you hear about games having exploits, like the ability to manipulate the Switch's clock to change a raid Pokemon into something else, including a shiny or a 5-star Pokemon or a Gmax Pokemon, right? Early on, that's how all of us, like Ultra Nerds, got our Gmax Pokemon. I'm going to guess, Harv, that you probably want to. Um, you probably want to keep that Minchino not Dynamax so that you can cheese like spam out some hits. So I'll take the Dynamax. Beige Power. Go Kangaskhan. My Kangaskhan is named Ghostbuster because he has the ability that lets him hit ghosts. Talonflame is a very cool Pokemon. I hear that it used to be just absolutely dominant, but they changed its ability, like its hidden ability, and they really nerfed it. Yeah, so Cinccino, is it? I forget which one it is. Cinccino or Minccino or whatever. Um, has an ability that all those Pokemon moves like Fury Swipes and um, Triple Axle and things like that that have multiple hits. It makes it so that it always takes all of the hits, or it always like deals all of the hits of that power. So it's very strong because those powers tend to arc upwards. So the first one does X damage, and the second one does slightly more, and the third one does slightly more. So yeah, getting that going can actually lead to a ton of damage. I made one. I trained one up, but I didn't like. Basically, there are times in Pokemon raids where that kind of doesn't work. Like they are because of the shields. Like you will just end up spamming this move and not deal very much damage. Of course, Harvestry has clearly figured it out because he's gonna kill this thing by throwing like 5 rocks at it. Yours a technician rather than skill link. Okay, yeah, that no, it probably is a technician. I see, I see. Yeah, that's why you were having varied hits on that rock throw. That makes sense. Yep. I mean, technician is still a great ability. I really like technician. I used to not really like toxicity, but I trained up at toxicity when I realized that one of their favorite abilities was technician, because there's a lot of stuff that they have that toxicity has access to that technician takes advantage of. Okay, well, let's call that raids for today. We'll stash this beige boy away for now. Uh, Let me just close this out real quick. Harvester says, "Yeah, it rules. It's a fun ability to build a moveset around." Yeah, I love Technician. I'm sad because actually my I was gonna show you guys what I'm like. Oh, you guys can't see the screen anymore. I have a an Alolan Persian with Technician, and I had a really tough time with its moveset because it's kind of not great for Technician. Finally, I ended up with Snarl. Snarl's a very strong uh, ability in general, but it's great with Technician. But yeah, I just couldn't I couldn't quite nail it down for a long time. So yeah, thanks guys. Thank you for coming to my stream. Those of you that are new or that Rob forced to come here, I appreciate it. Um, I, uh, I really like getting to talk to new people and hanging out. I like doing Pokemon raids. It's something that we've talked about being maybe a little bit more formalized on the channel, but also the only days where I like for sure am streaming every week are these sort of Wednesday afternoon times, or if you're in Europe, Wednesday, you know, middle of the night times, or early morning. So, but I think maybe we'll do something like that. Maybe when we're done with the poison run, we'll just have a few weeks of just community raids, and anybody who wants to jump in, you can get my friend code and you can do it, and then we can do that. Let's see. Horsepawn Mind says, I always like Technician Brillum. Um, Harvester says, oh, right, Technician is hard to work well on Persians. Yeah. Thank you for the stream. You're welcome. Rob says, enforced. Follow Mind Slaves. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming here, and I guess I should try and raid someone. I have never successfully raided anything, but let me see if there's a channel worth raiding. Um, yeah, let's try and raid uh, the Blacktastic if you guys don't know him. I've seen his stuff a few times. I think it's like this. Did that work? I don't know. I guess I can try and do it through the Twitch thing. This like never works for me.
Good games, good games. All right, because we got that raid. First off, everybody follow right now. Second off, I hope your stream went really well. Hope your stream went really well. Thank you very much. Wait, what? No! Dog, I am... I gotta go to sleep, man! There's basketball! Yo, Dino! Dino, no! 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 What is this? Who brought him over? Well, first off, everybody follow right now. Help us reach 18.5 and beyond, dude. I hope your stream was fantastic. Got his ass. Oh, Blacktastic! Blacktastic, love that guy, Blacktastic. Oh, thank you very much, Dino. Thank you very much. Pikachu also for the raids. Y'all are just y'all are incredible. Love that guy, Blacktastic. Oh, speedrunner, retro. None but love for you, Dino. I hope your stream went really well. Again, thank you, everybody. For those who do not know me, hi, my name is The Blacktastic. I do a lot of indie games, retro games, speed runs, charity streams, and fighting games on this channel. What the a Ray Cat with 12 months of Black Prime to Dino right after dropping a whole 50 because I don't know what, because Ray Cat got mad at me. Ray Cat got mad at me yesterday. That's why. They got mad at me because I tried to be a friend, because I tried to gift a sub. Well, now we're 25 subs away from hosting the return of a fighting game tournament to this channel. And you know, since Dino is in here, if we did host this tournament, I would host the Battle for the Grid bracket, and I would host a KOF bracket.